Realtors, and I have the pleasure of being your MC for the next 30 minutes. Had things gone as planned, we would have been in St. Cloud this week for our 2020 convention. But as they say, the show must go on, so here we are, bringing you MNR on the Hour via Zoom. MNR on the Hour is a time for you to find out the state of your state association from your leadership team. And we're going to get things started this morning with Bob Clark, your 2020 president of Minnesota Realtors. And he has had a year no one could have imagined. Bob?
Thank you, Emily, and thank all of you for joining us. Well, I'm excited to be here with you today to give you some updates and information from our state association. I also wish that this meeting could be in person. And I want to thank the people in the engagement committee and the people up in St. Cloud that were going to host us. And we look forward to the next year when we can be there. Unfortunately, sometimes we just have to roll with the punches, and then this is exactly what happened this year on many different levels. With COVID-19 being the buzzword of 2021, everyone was stunned when the state went into a lockdown in March. With our world at a standstill, there was much uncertainty in every area of our lives. And this was, I apologize. With the quick work of our lobbying team, real estate was deemed to be an essential service. And speaking with other state presidents from around the country that weren't so fortunate to have their industry be essential, we were very fortunate with that. It was really important for our clients and all the people that were in the process of buying and selling a home so they would not find themselves without housing. Open houses were shut down temporarily, and suddenly showing homes virtually was the norm. Currently, we're still finding ourselves in inventory to be a very big problem in Minnesota as well as throughout the country. Multiple offers and offers over listing price have become somewhat of the norm for some price ranges. And in 2018 and 2019, we had more than 23,000 homes available for prospective buyers. In 2020, there's less than 15,000. The median price for a home statewide was just over 283,000. That's up 9.3% year over year, which is the highest in Minnesota history. The driving forces behind the median price increase are the lack of inventory, historically low interest rates, and consumers realizing they need more space as a result of the pandemic. Unless interest rates increase, this trend is likely to continue. With everyone converting their homes to offices, our lobbying team also continued their work through virtual meetings at the Capitol, which include testifying before the House and Senate committees on Zoom. Again, something we probably never thought we'd see. Besides all the additional meetings related to COVID-19 and the governor's executive orders, our staff at the Capitol also had successes along the way. A couple of wins at the Capitol included stopping a new fireplace disclosure for sellers requirement, stopping a bill that would require private well testing at property transfer, and working with key senators and representatives to craft a fairer policy on the property tax treatment of short-term rental properties. We do anticipate this being part of any tax bill the legislature may take up in a special session this fall. At the end of May, Minnesota and the Twin Cities became the focus of the nation and the world with the death of George Floyd. Protests and destruction ensued in the Twin Cities, and a discussion about systematic racism put COVID-19 on the back burner. The Minnesota Realtors, along with the Minneapolis and the St. Paul Association of Realtors, joined forces and created the Realtors Rebuilding Community Work Group. This multi-association effort to engage in racial diversity, equity, and inclusion issues as it pertains in housing. The Minnesota Realtors Rebuilding Community launched an online giving campaign on September 10th that runs through the 22nd in support of rebuilding efforts for the Twin Cities area. Recognizing the strong tie between healthy businesses and home ownership, all money raised will fund the rebuilding of businesses in the Twin Cities that were damaged this past May. All funds raised through the all funds that are raised through this will go to the Minneapolis Area Realtors Foundation. I want to personally thank Chris Galler, Minneapolis CEO Carrie Chang, and St. Paul CEO John Fridlington for their leadership in creating the Realtor Rebuilding Community, and for this online campaign that all three organizations have been invested in. If you personally or as a company can make a donation to this, I encourage you to do so. I was personally involved in this committee, and I will say that their current urge, or the urge right after everything happened, was to go out and help, to physically help people clean up their places. But we really realized that this is a much longer term type of thing, and that this effort will be ongoing. And I'm really thankful for all the other associations that have joined in and donated to this cause. Now I'd like to switch topics to something a bit more exciting for our staff and our membership. Prior to the pandemic, the board of directors and the leadership team had been working hard to find new office space for our association in the last 2 years. The current building that we have shared with the Minneapolis Realtors for over 30 years was no longer meeting our needs. This summer, we were able to close on a new building located over in Minnetonka, about a mile from our current offices. The new location will allow us to hold many of our meetings on site when we are able, and will allow our staff to return to a safe setting that will allow everyone to be socially distanced. The move will take place at the end of September, and I'm excited to have everyone see the new space when we're able to welcome you all in person. I will say that this process has not just begun this year, it was in the process for the last few years. The association is very strong financially, and just like people move homes because they have space requirements for a new home, it was a similar situation for us. We had outgrown our old location, and this was the right decision. Lastly, I want to thank our staff, and especially CEO Chris Galler, for continuing to guide and lead us during one of the most difficult times in our history. Their support has allowed all of us to continue to do our jobs to the best of our abilities. 2020 will be a year we won't soon forget, and I want to thank all of you. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you, Bob. And thank you, Bob. Thank you for your leadership during this extraordinary year and this year of Zoom, it turns out. At this time, I want to introduce Dominic Desmarseilles from Fairway Mortgage. Fairway Mortgage has been an incredible partner and supporter of the Unite Convention since we brought it back in 2016. And again this year, even though we are virtual, they have stepped up to offer their support. Dominic, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, thank you, Emily. I greatly appreciate that. Chris and I and the rest of our team wish we were seeing you face to face, although I feel like I've gotten better and better at Zoom, but I'm still not perfect. So we'll be prepared for anything here today, right? But we definitely look forward to when we can see everybody in person again. We're very excited to be able to do that. And Chris is the branch manager down in Austin. I am in Edina, and we certainly look forward to seeing everybody. A few things that have changed with us. Times continue to change. One thing that Fairway is now doing is we are actually generating leads for purchase. So we have found that we are able to actually refer business back on a regular basis to our realtor partners. Chris and I were joking around yesterday in the fact that a lot of it is outstate Minnesota. Chris and I are both very good at USDA rural development loans, so it is a fantastic opportunity. Also, if you're looking for ways to market, we have CFPB approved marketing programs, so we can actually help you generate more purchase business. So if you are sitting there today going, man, I'd like to generate more purchase, how do I make that happen? This is one way that we can do this. And we have actually focused a lot of our time and attention with that. Those of you who are not familiar with Fairway, we are closing over $7 billion this month. So we are bouncing around the 5th largest mortgage lender in the nation. And with that, we have a lot of capacity to be able to do marketing and generate business. So we'd love to hear from you in regards to that. One thing with Fairway too, we are our own company. We are an employee-owned company, which to me makes a big difference. If you look at our reviews online, you'll see we're highly reviewed by our consumers. And the reason is because being employee-owned, we don't have to report to Wall Street. We don't have to report to some, venture capitalist fund. We are our own entity, which means we have full control of the process. From pre-approval to closing, we do everything in-house. We can take an application to close in 2 weeks. So imagine that. All of a sudden you have a buyer who needs to be sold quick, needs to close quick. We can do it in 14 days if need be. Or maybe you have a seller that's looking to sell quick and the buyers just have no way to be able to do it. We are an option for you. We do wire the money the business day before closing. So let's say you have an 8 a.m. Monday closing, which we all dread. Oh my God, how's that going to go on a Monday morning, right? We've all been there. I've been in the business 23 years. We all have that little bit of nervousness. The wire will be there from us on Friday. We send the business day before, so it makes it a very smooth, easy closing. So keep that in mind. We are also doing e-closings. So if you have a client that's concerned about COVID, about appropriate distancing, then this is a great opportunity for you. So we have that also. Reverse mortgages. Fairway is the #1 purchase reverse company in the nation. Yes, purchase reverse. How many of you knew you could use the reverse for purchase? The reason I joke around about this, I quite often am having conversations with listing agents when they get my pre-approval letter, and they say, you mean you're doing a mortgage and then you're refinancing them into a reverse? No, it's the reverse for purchase. So let's say someone has $200,000, they don't want a mortgage payment, maybe they're buying $200,000 right now. Using the reverse, they could buy $400,000 with no mortgage payment. Wouldn't that be significant? This is a fantastic opportunity, especially at the time of COVID. I've had a number of adult children call me and say they don't want their parents now going to care centers because of everything that's currently going on in the environment. I just think this is a wonderful opportunity. Please reach out to us if you have more questions about that, but we are the #1 reverse purchase company in the nation. Cohabitation. I started in the business in '97. Just about everybody who bought homes at that time was married, very few unmarried people buying homes together. Today, I have more unmarried people buying homes together, whether they're romantic partners, parent-child, siblings, sometimes just friends. But whatever it might be, you do need to know about the cohabitation, because if they're married and they dissolve the marriage, there's a legal way for them to break up the real estate. If they're not married, no matter what their relationship is, and one wants to get out and the other one doesn't, the only way they can get out is by suing each other. So that is not a great opportunity. I'm actually hosting a webinar on September 16th at 3 p.m. I would love to chat with you more at that time, tell you about why it's so important to know about the cohabitation and counseling your clients correctly. How many have heard about the FHFA tax increase? Most people are aware of the refi increase that was coming September 1st. And there was the industry pushed back. We appreciate the realtors that reached out along with the mortgage industry to push that back to December 1st. How many of you are aware now that it's December 1st, it's going to affect purchase as well as refinance? It was going to be refinance only on September 1st. Now it's purchase and refinance. So rates are going to be going up. We estimate that'll be about 1/4 point that they will go up. Some mortgage lenders have already increased the rates. We are actually looking at holding our rates till October 9th for most people, that the lock doesn't even occur October 9th. So if you're already seeing some rates jump from some other lenders, it's a great opportunity. If you want to talk a little bit more about this, let us know. Chris and I also do some refinance, even though we are very purchase oriented. We certainly will talk to someone in regards to that too. We do appreciate the opportunity to sponsor, to be part of your day. We wish it was face-to-face. I know every year, I've been there every single year since you started doing this in 2016 again. I've always enjoyed the conversations, the face-to-face, the contact, and I really miss that this year. With that being said, we certainly hope that we'll have the chance to see everyone next year. And Chris and I would welcome communications on anything I've spoke about or any other mortgage questions you may have. So we look forward to that. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to sponsor. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you, Dominic, and we can't thank you enough for your support. Next up is your immediate past president, Matt Lascota. Matt, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Emily. So as I start to wind down my time on the leadership team here at Minnesota Realtors, I'm excited to talk about some changes related to communications that started last year during my time as president. It was actually back in 2018 that the Finance Committee committed to spend funds to add a Vice President of Communications to our staff. After a long search, we finally found the perfect person and hired Heather Boschke last fall. Heather and her team hit the ground running and have made several changes and additions this past year. Best of all, the communications are making members more aware of the good work and solid backing that we receive and have received for a long time from our Minnesota Realtors staff. The first thing I want to talk about is the launch of a redesigned website in March. The new site is faster and easier to navigate, so you can find what you're looking for. With everything now on just one website, the old my.mnrealtor.com is now a part of the new site in the Member Connect section. Since launching, we've seen an 80% increase in users and a 78% increase in web traffic, which are pretty gaudy numbers and show our membership engagement is growing. With the website launch, we debuted a new logo. The updated look is fresh, clean, better connects to MNR's vision, and clearly shows we're an association for the entire state. Shortly after the website came a new Instagram page. In just a short time, we already have 600 followers, and we're continuing to learn what content draws best and gets the most engagement. So far, so good. Member engagement is continuing to grow on Insta. In February, we took legal articles out of the newsletter and created the legal download. These are articles that are developed from the most asked questions to the legal hotline. It's a monthly email, and if you miss it, you can get it on the website. With information you can use, you've now downloaded thousands of these articles. Last month's issue talked about buyer love letters to sellers. The next edition of the legal download will be in your inbox next Thursday. In January, we debuted the We Are Minnesota campaign, which highlights the great work our membership does in our communities. You can see great realtors helping neighbors at weareminnesota.org. And we're always looking for more stories. So if you or a realtor you know is doing great work in their community, let us know. In January, we gave the newsletter a facelift with an updated layout and design to increase readership and engagement. We've edited it down a bit to include only information useful to your business. We're currently getting ready to do a little experiment with a printed version. Initially, it will be sent to the board of directors and committee members. If you'd like a printed copy sent to you, stay tuned for your opportunity to opt in to the new printed newsletter. And lastly, we unveiled a new consumer campaign called Sold, My Realtor Story. In an effort to communicate our brand to the public, the new campaign includes consumer testimonials, videos, and did you know facts. This campaign launched in mid-July and is already a huge success. We've made nearly 100,000 impressions and have had over 1,000 engagements. That's people liking, sharing, doing something with what they see. It's something many have asked for, and it has started off with a bang. Check it out at mnrealtor.com, My Realtor Story. Wait, I'd say that again, mnrealtor.com/My Realtor Story. Personally, I've really enjoyed all the new content, the great information, the new look that our association has, and has been shared with our membership and the public. You can find all of it online at our website at mnrealtor.com. Back to you, Emily.
Thanks so much, Matt. It's been exciting to see all of those changes at the Marcom department. And I'm going to take a minute to talk about a service project that we have going on this month related to the convention that you can be a part of. The Member Engagement Committee, chaired by Jackie Pazorski, thought it would be nice to try to coordinate something that could be done by our members on their own during this time. Letters Against Isolation was started by teens Shreya and Saffron, who have been doing their best to support their self-isolating grandparents during COVID. They realized that without visitors or the ability to interact with the wider world, many seniors may be growing lonely. And senior loneliness is well documented, and it affects not only their mental health, but also their physical health. They believed that they could do something to help this situation. They decided to spread some joy and write handwritten letters to residents of assisted living facilities and care homes. When growing demand for their letters outpaced them, they started Letters Against Isolation. How does this work? Well, you've got the fun job of writing as many letters as you would like to. And you can write about whatever you would like. But remember to keep these letters positive. They're brightening people's days. Make them cheerful and be creative. Have kids and grandkids help. Please don't include your address, phone number, or anything else that would identify yourself, and remember not to send gifts or solicit in your letters. You can address your letters to dear friend, and when you've finished writing them, carefully copy the address onto your envelope and mail it. Once you've mailed the letter, send a quick note to lettersagainstisolation@gmail.com and tell them how many letters you wrote. They will try to keep track of how many letters we sent during the month of September. And the two facilities you can send letters to are Walker Methodist Place and the Terraces Assisted Living. Now I'm going to send you over to Jason Miller, your 2020 treasurer.
Thanks, Emily, and good morning, everyone. As Emily mentioned, my name is Jason Miller, and I'm 2020 treasurer of the Minnesota Realtors. First, I want to let you know where we currently sit with our membership. As of September 1st, we have 20,980 members. Membership is holding steady as we work our way through this crazy year. As all things switched to virtual in March with the lockdown, so did our Professional Standards Committee. Hearings switched to a virtual format in mid-March and continue virtually today. Year to date, the team has received 70 ethics complaints and 9 arbitration requests. The articles that are found in violation most often are Article 1, 2, 3, 12, and 16. COVID has not slowed down this department. The legal hotline has continued business as usual. Some of the more commonly asked questions relate to contracts and forms, agency, and disclosures. When they aren't on the legal hotline, the risk team has also worked very hard providing the members with COVID-19 updates and resources since March, as well as providing great information in the Legal Download, which is a monthly publication that takes an in-depth look at the laws, regulations, and ethics that impact our careers and shape our industry. Look for that on the website, and the last issue, which was highly downloaded regarding love letters, referenced by Mr. Lascota, that are written by buyers. Something new that has gone virtual is your ability to buy Minnesota Realtor branded products on our website. Just launched yesterday, the online store will let you select and order apparel and other items that are branded with the new Minnesota Realtor logo that Matt talked about earlier. The items are shipped directly to you, and you can show your support and membership of the Minnesota Realtors. During the 3 days of Unite, we'll randomly be selecting members who participate to receive $25 gift cards to use online at the new store. The last thing I'd like to remind all of you is the opportunity to volunteer and get involved in the Minnesota Realtors. Our committee applications are currently open and will stay open until September 30th. Take a look at the list and descriptions. There is a committee for everyone's passions and interests: government affairs, forms, member engagement, and more. We love our dedicated members and want to have your input. Go to the website and sign up today. If you have questions, please contact myself or anyone else on the leadership team. Thank you all. Have a great Unite, and back to you, Emily.
Thank you so much, Jason. I want to remind everyone that the Unite sessions are going on this week, Wednesday and Thursday. So please go on the website and take a look to see what interests you. And please join us this week for great programming at no charge. So it's my pleasure now to introduce you to your 2020 President-elect, TJ Simon, coming to you from Northern Minnesota. You're up, TJ.
Thanks, Emily. I appreciate it. Glad to be here today. Obviously, wish we all were in person. I love putting on the miles and driving down to the cities, but it's a little different being stuck up here all the time. It was a nice time of year to be stuck up in northern Minnesota. So too bad for you guys. You had to be down there. We've been working hard. Obviously, everything changed in March. The professional development department really had to work hard with a quick switch of live classes and moving them all onto online in a really short time frame. We do a really good job as realtors that wait till the last minute to get our education done. So all of a sudden, we all got nervous that we couldn't have live classes that we all had scheduled for, and we got them all switched to online in that short time frame. When the license renewal became due in June 30th, we offered our GRI classes at no charge. We were able to offer 1,350 hours of free CE to our members. We hosted 6 webinars on a variety of topics from some amazing national speakers. As we move toward the fourth quarter, I'm happy to announce that we'll be offering an at-home with diversity class on October 21st and 22nd. The virtual class is approved for 7.5 hours of CE and will be held over 2 days. The cost is $75 and NAR is discounting the application fee through the end of the year. It's a great time to earn your designation and get a head start on your CE. Also, on December 16th, we have NAR Chief Economist Lawrence Yun, who will give us an update on our state and our national economy as we wrap up 2020. Speaking of our GRIs, I'm happy to announce that our 2020 GRI scholarship recipients, after reviewing and evaluating all applications, I'm happy to announce that these members have been awarded the GRI scholarship, which allows them to earn a GRI this year at no cost. The recipients are Tammy DiGiovanni from Keller Williams, Joseph Eslate from Dwell Realty Group, Randy McDonald from Edina Realty, Danielle Bickham-Pelton from Cardinal Realty, Miranda Peterson from Century 21, Gary Raker from Keller Williams, Lucas Schuster from Remax Properties, Katie Sippel Anderson from Edina Realty, Jenny Stahlbush from Real Estate Masters, Jessica Stark from Keller Williams, Lou Tao from RC Enterprises, and Kerr Bang from Creative Results. Congratulations to each of you. We want to make sure that exciting information through those GRI classes. Next, if in case you guys didn't know, it's an election year. I'm glad I can bring that to you so you guys all understand it is an election year. So MNR PAC trustees have been working hard to support realtor champions running for legislature. In addition, RPAC had to adjust their new COVID normal with respect to fundraising. A great example is the recent successful virtual mixology class, which was an exclusive event for major investors. There is still time to make an investment in RPAC. All you have to do is go to the MNR website by clicking on advocacy. Lastly, I want to recognize the local associations in Minnesota that earned the Triple Crown Award in 2019. To earn the Triple Crown Award, a local association must meet their fundraising, participation, and major investor goals. Congratulations to Greater Alexandria Area Association of Realtors, Lake Superior Area Realtors, Lake Country Association of Realtors, Range Association of Realtors, Southeast Minnesota Association of Realtors, St. Cloud Area Association of Realtors, West Central Association of Realtors, and thank you all that have put time and their dedication into RPAC. We need that this year during this election year. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you, TJ. Quickly, I want to announce the winner, the first winner of the $25 gift card, and it's Gretchen Sadaka. Congratulations, Gretchen. You'll receive an email with your gift card information. As we wrap up MNR on the hour, I want to let you know that our installation and awards dinner will be held in person October 7th at the Minneapolis Marriott Northwest. We will be following all CDC guidelines in hosting this event, where we will install our leadership team and announce the recipients of the Realtor of the Year Award, Ed Anderson Political Achievement Award, and our new Good Neighbor Award. More information will be posted online. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope to see you all soon.